going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Survivor Now podcast. It has been an incredible summer, an incredibly busy summer. We've had so much content for you guys, and we're going to get to that a little bit later. But we have the main topic at hand to get to today, which is the upcoming season of Survivor, specifically here in the U.S. It is crazy to think that we are going on our 49th season in just a little over a month, a little less than a month and a half, 1 month, 20 days to be exact. September 24th on CBS and Paramount Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will begin the 49th season of this incredible social competition that we have all grown to love. And I know the three people you see before you are extremely excited. And yes, there's plenty of talk going on about Survivor Australia versus the world and Survivor 50, which airs next spring. But we can't forget about Survivor 49, and that's why we're here today, to give you guys a little sneak peek and talk about what we know so far before this season kicks off and we start doing our draft and everything. But I can't do this alone, so I've got two wonderful people joining me today. First up, from Survivor 44 and Survivor 45, Bruce is in the house. Bruce, how are you doing? How has your summer been thus far?
Oh, man, this has been a very good summer. Looked at the calendar the other day, and I'm like, oh, man, it's almost over. Something's going to be going soon. But it's okay, because Survivor's going to be starting up soon, so I'm happy about that, too. A little selfless shout-out as well. I'm going to be 49 in less than, 6 hours? So I think this is all going to work out just right. I might just win this draft coming up this year because I'm the age of the show. What's up? Let's go.
How did I not know that? Happy early birthday, Bruce.
Well, if I got to put some smoke on the side of it.
That's awesome. And I'm also joined by the wonderful Tori, who has been doing a lot of our off-season coverage. Tori, you guys have been killing it with Babes and Buffs. You guys can catch Babes and Buffs. The series is airing now. It airs every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. You've had some incredible guests. But how has your summer been?
I mean, it's been awesome. Doing Babes and Buffs has been a blast. And as you can see, I set up a whole new background for myself with Michael Jordan and Colby Donaldson from Survivor. And you can't see, but behind my head is Mr. Rogers. So all my main inspos.
She came prepared.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it bad that I just have all pictures of me behind me?
I think that's actually a sleigh. I think that's like that. You know what? I should also have a picture of Bruce behind me because like my other main inspo. Bruce.
You definitely should. And you need to get him to sign it. When you guys meet up, you actually need to get him to sign it and everything. You guys are making me feel bad because I've got nothing right here. Like I have all my autographed pictures over there on the side, like Sandra and Ethan and Nico, host of Survivor South Africa. But yeah, it's all like it's all over there. So I'm not even utilizing it anymore. I have just this blank wall in front.
You gotta move your spot.
I gotta adjust it. But yes, thank you guys so much for being here. And thank you guys in the chat. You guys can join our live chat, Ancient Voices. We love hearing from you guys. Also, YouTube has a brand new thing for live streams where it shows us our top fans, and we greatly appreciate seeing you guys as well. Let's see what people are saying in the chat before we get going here. Zan says 49 sneak peek. Oh my gosh, I can hardly wait. We can hardly wait. That's why we're doing this for you guys. Jay says Bruce, and then everybody in the chat, Zan's happy birthday. Jay, happy early birthday. And then Ollie, look at the gorgeous Tori and stunning Bruce. No love for Randy. Unbelievable. Well, guys, we are here to discuss Survivor 49. And really quick, before we get into the nitty-gritty of things and what we know so far, obviously, we don't have anything else to go off of other than what you guys have to go off of, right? We don't have any exclusive behind-the-scenes content. We haven't seen an official cast reveal yet. Still being a month out, we've got a little time to wait, but we've seen the promo that has taken place. So we all watched it before hopping back on the stream just to remind ourselves of what they showed. It wasn't a lot, from what I could see, it's looking very like pirate themed, which I love. A huge Pearl Islands fan like myself loves a pirate theme. So I'm really hoping they dive into that going into the season. But Tori, I'll start with you first. What right now how are you feeling going into season 49 after 48, which I felt had a very strong pre-merge and then kind of plateaued for the end of the game. And we can talk about how the new era seasons they keep getting better, but how are you feeling heading into 49?
I'm feeling excited about the season. I can't help but be thinking more about 50 than I am about 49. And I think a lot of people are sort of feeling that too. And I also just feel like I feel like there's going to be an unfair attention on Savannah and Rizgod, because those are the rumored players that are going to return for 50. So I do think I'm excited for the season. I'm always excited for Survivor. All Survivor is good Survivor to me, but those are two things that I'm kind of am I going to be paying too much attention to these two people instead of looking at all of the players or the whole game, as a whole? And am I going to be thinking anxiously about 50 as I'm watching 49? So we'll see.
You've kind of mentioned the fears that I have going into this season. Jay's in the chat says 49 has to be better than 48 or else. I think 49, especially when you bring up Savannah and Rizgod, who are the rumored, yes, it has not been announced, but heavily rumored to be the two final castaways on Survivor 50, which caught a lot of people off guard. I'm worried that the cameras are going to be on them too much. And we know in the past having seasons where someone just dominates screen time. I mean, you have certain seasons where it's a positive and someone gets a lot of screen time that the audience just loves and they are all into it. And then you have people like Banu who gets all the screen time, or even Say last season got a lot of the screen time. And if you guys remember, people were not, it was like a hot and cold thing. Some people love Say. Some people were like, I'm ready for her to get off my screen. And I'm nervous with Savannah and Rizgod. Is Jeff in production? Are they going to really push them? Hey, they're going to be on 50. We got to get their names out there and show why. Or are they going to give everyone else a fair kind of viewing on this season or a fair edit? Bruce, what are you thinking about with the fact that we have two castaways that we haven't even seen 50, and then obviously going into the season, what are your expectations?
Well, let's take a look at the new era players that are coming back and their impact that they had. Like you got Emily. She was one of those characters that had her arc twisted while she was out there, from one way to another. Then you take a look at Joe, who was out there. He was a caring, father figure. D, who wanted to see her season or my season. And so you take a look at that. So really think back to how they've played and what the expectation is going to be of them now. Now it's going to be okay, so if you really get down to the nitty gritty and you want them to be a focus, but they have to be an impactful player. So now, I ain't calling dude Rizgod. I'm sorry. Ain't gonna happen. Rizzo, dude, you got to earn it. I don't know who you are. If you could be a internet phenomenon or something. I don't know. I have no clue who you are. If you guys want to fill me in, that's fine. If you're self-proclaimed, be self-proclaimed. Have that aura about you, that ego. That's good. I like it. That's why you're on Survivor. They want to see stuff like that. But don't flame out like our boy that went out, Zelensky. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, right? I'm just saying, self-proclaimed can get you shot in the foot. But people wanted to see Zelensky, whatever. They wanted to see him come back. There were people that said they wanted to see him come back.
I want to see him back.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing him. So if he's got that kind of thing, if Rizzo has that kind of thing about him, then fine, bring him back. And who was the other person? Was it
Savannah? Which funny enough, they're on. Bruce and I were talking about this. They're on the exact same tribe. Both of them are on the red tribe this season, so might make you think that the red tribe does very well. Or
they blow the hell up.
Yeah,
Caleb could have came back. So could have Survivor. They're both on the trashiest team, I think, in Survivor history. It is what it is. A tribe, I should say. But they were impactful for the time that they were there. So it could very well happen too. So it's an open forum for people to get, for the people that are coming back. I'm going to go into 49 with the same energy that I have for every single season. I want to see what's going on. I want to be happy. I want to learn to love you. I want to hate you. I want to send you a direct message and say, what the hell are you thinking? And when you win an immunity idol, I'm going to say, yes, let's go. Like all that good stuff. And I just want to go in with that open and clear mind. But now knowing that the rumored two that are on there, yes, again, Tori, like you said, I don't want to have them give them all sorts of, camera time and undeserved maybe when the time comes. I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see that. I want to see other people's, experience and then go from there, which they've done pretty well with over the last couple of seasons. But we'll see what they do. It's all about production with Jeff Bonds.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm nervous about it is because of 50 coming up and how big 50 is. I definitely could see them really pushing these two. Bruce, you got something to add on?
Listen, I love 50. I love that 50 is coming. It's great. It's beautiful. It's a milestone for this beautiful, beautiful show that we love and hold near and dear to our hearts. But I think they could have done a couple of things different. And I guess we're going to have to wait between 49 and 50 to be able to express what I really want to say. But they could have done a couple of things different just by casting. And hopefully, I'll be the first one to shoot me in the foot. Like, bang, bang. Like, Bruce, you're wrong. It was the greatest season ever. Perfectly fine. And I will give you my opinion. But as of right now, I'm lukewarm on it because of casting. And we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm also, for season 49, let me know if you guys disagree, but I think it is at such a disadvantage. And I'm very, very nervous that 49 is going to end up being one of those forgotten seasons. Let's go through the Survivor history a little bit here, right?
Ooh.
And we talk about some mega seasons. So obviously before Pearl Islands, you had, before All Stars, you had Pearl Islands, which was a terrific season. So that was the first mega season. You had a terrific season beforehand. All right. Let's go ahead and jump ahead to the next mega season. You can kind of say fans versus favorites. Before that, correct me if I'm wrong, we had China, which was another terrific season. So we're looking good there. Then you get to Heroes versus Villains, this huge mega season, the 20th season of the show. The season before Heroes versus Villains was, oh my gosh, help me out, Tori. Why am I drawing a blank? It was Samoa, yes.
19, Samoa.
I knew which season it was. It was Russell Hans's season, and I just kept thinking Nicaragua, and I was like, I know it's not Nicaragua. So I'm like, let me get some help here.
I was right after.
Yeah. I knew what season it was. It was Natalie White's season. It was Samoa, which was a train wreck for several reasons, and mostly from the editing team. If you want to jump ahead to the next big mega season, you have Winners at War. 40th season of the show. And then before that, you have season 39. Anyone remember anything about Island of the Idols?
I remember because I know a lot of people that were on that show, and I have a good relationship with them. But it was the focus was a shit show, and excuse my language for whoever is going to church for the lead here. But it was a mess, and it is a forgotten season, probably the number one and number two most forgotten season ever because it was just
I don't know. There's some good people from that cast that I don't know if we'll ever see back because that season has just kind of been blacklisted almost from its Survivor, it feels. And then you have 49 coming up, and you could argue that 50 is the most hyped season that has ever existed. They've already released the cast. They have already, they had voting for us to vote on. It has been the talk of the town. You see Survivor on their Instagrams posting every single day, old clips. You have certain people like Coach coming out of the game saying, this NDA doesn't affect me. This is going to be an incredible season. There's already people saying that 50, get ready because it's seriously great, the greatest season of all time and stuff like that. And it's grand. And with that, I'm nervous that 49 will be a forgotten season. And I feel awful for the people on 49. But then not only that, the season before 48, I kind of mentioned it earlier, was not the best season. The pre-merge was terrific, and then it kind of flatlined, and the end game was kind of So that's why I'm nervous for 49. You have this massive season 50. You have an okay season with 48 that happened beforehand. And now it's like coming to 49. It seems like with the new era that Survivor was starting to figure it out. I know some people like to hate on 44, but I say 44 was good. 44 on, 44, 45, 46, 47 were all terrific. And 48 was the first one that kind of fell flat a little bit. So now I'm just wondering where we go with 49. And it looks like it's got a cool theme. There's a pirate ship in the logo. The promo makes it look like it's kind of pirate based. The auction should return this season, if I remember correctly. They said it was going to be an every other season thing, unless they hold that for 50, which I could also see being the case. But I'm also worried that with 50 coming up, are they saving budget for 50? So do they kind of cut back on some challenges and stuff for 49? I could see them doing it. So, Bruce, I know that was a long way to explain what I was getting at. Does 49 have an uphill battle that's going to be extremely difficult to overcome?
I'm going to go backwards with what you were saying. Damn it. If they pull that budget shit, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
There are nominations for Emmys, right? That's the brass is going to look and say, okay, they're still doing something right. We're going to lose some of the purse strings a little bit and give them some money. I understand season 40 was $2 million and this and the other, blah, 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 blah. And it's been a long time since then. So that now, buck up, buddy. Just pay some money to what's going on. Now, the other side of the coin, too, is that now I really do think that they're hyping up 50 so much because two things. One, maybe the casting, but they're hyping it up so much that I think 49 might do better than 50.
Woo!
I really do.
Jay's better in the chat. Imagine if 49 is better than 50.
Jay, you and I are hanging out, buddy, when I see you. But I really do think that it could turn out that 49, because you got all these people, these new, fresh people that want to play the game, and they're playing it for the first time. They're going to play hard, and I think that it's gotten. Jeff's made his point known. When you come out here, play hard, put 110% into this game because it's a zero-sum game, and you're going to lose. One person is going to win. So play the game hard. And I think that it's really starting to resonate the further along you go. Now you're going to have, for season 50, second-time players that are going to be like, I'm playing the game again. They just want to play to win. So it's going to be maybe a little bit more cutthroat, but it's not going to have the same energy, I think, that 49 will have. So it'll be funny to see if 49 goes right over 50. And, people look back and say, okay, 49 was great. 50 was a dud. 51 was amazing.
Before Tori adds in her point here, Ollie said it as well. 49 could be underhyped, but deliver massively, and 50 could be overhyped and under deliver, which is very possible.
Me and Ollie boys.
Tori, how are you looking at all this with how 49 is? Obviously, the hype train has just skipped right over it, and people have already kind of forgotten about it. How are you looking at this season moving forward?
Yeah, I like Ollie's as well. So props to Ollie out there. But what I'm thinking is I do think that after 48, there's a craving from fans for not necessarily less advantages or things like that, but there's a craving, I think, for advantages that require a little more thought or strategy behind them, because we've seen in the past, really like 2 seasons, advantages and things kind of, in my opinion, get like handed to players, or we have no sense, like the dice game, for example, or even if we want to jump all the way back to 41, like the Hourglass twist. I think there's a craving from fans in this new era to have just more of a focus on like a more strategic game, because I think that that's also a reason as to why people didn't necessarily overall enjoy the post-merge in 48 as much as like previous seasons, because it was very straightforward. It didn't feel like they were really thinking about, let's get out the threads, or let's pull off these big moves, let's do some strategy, things like that. So what I think that we all need and want is a little more of that, of like thought and strategy and like just real gameplay. Now, we kind of got some of that with like Kyle and Camilla, but I'm personally wanting to see more of that style of gameplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of that, a lot of people working together in 50. You're definitely going to see that. But then you're going to have some savvy people that are going to see through that. And they're going to be like, hey, look at 40 when there was definitely people talking before they went out there, and they tried to do it when they went out, and then it would just kind of get shattered.
Yeah.
So you'll see I can't wait to see it. I want to see somebody just fall flat in their face. I'll say it again. I want to see somebody say to Emily, I want to push back on that, Jeff. I want to see it so bad. I don't care about 49, but I want to see that on 50.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely going to talk about more of the cast here in a second and who has caught our eye early on, who we think could give a little bit of pushback to Jeff. I just want to get a few comments in here. So Gabe says everyone is going to draft, talking about Rizzo and Savannah. Everyone is going to draft them first, guaranteed non-first boots. I agree. I think one of those two are going to be the first one drafted. Jay adds in, I agree, Tori. I feel bad for the 49 cast since everyone will be wanting it to end ASAP because of 50, and people may even skip it for that very reason. It's sad to think about, but I could see people just, I'm just going to take a season off, watch for 50. And then Zanz adds in, yes, strategy and social dynamics, please. So we've still got an entire cast to talk about here. Not an entire, this isn't the cast preview, but we're going to touch base on some of the people who caught our eye in the promos. But we will be right back after this super quick ad break.
What is up, Survivor Now podcast? I'm Todd Herzog, the winner of Survivor China, and I am here to tell you a little bit about my pop shop. I make custom Funko Pops of everybody and anyone you could possibly imagine. You want your favorite Survivor contestant in custom pop form? How about Colby from Australian Outback? Or Owen doing the Last Gasp Challenge? That's right, I will make it for you. Check out my Instagram, Todd's Pop Shop, or email me, toddspopshop@gmail.com to order yours today and save $10 off your first order plus free shipping. Also, there is more than just the Survivor Now podcast. It's turned into Reality Now podcast, so your one-stop shop for all things reality TV. You can check it out weekly. There are episodes of pretty much anything and everything you could want, where it's breaking down the episodes, talking to contestants, giving you all of your reality fix. Check out realitynowpodcast.com for all of the details and check out both podcasts.
Thank you so much, Todd, for that shout out. And we continue to be a great supporter to the pop figures he put out. I got two over there. I got Sierra from Token Cheens, and then I've got Cochran. So two of my very favorite players that I've had over the years. Also, you heard him mention Reality Now. See reality different. It is coming January 2026. The first reality show that we're going to cover that's not Survivor is season 4 of The Traitors, which has Rob Cesternino, Jam, and Natalie Anderson. So you guys are definitely going to want to tune in to our coverage of that. Again, Reality Now, see reality different, beginning in 2026. Also, we have a new website. So if you're looking for Survivor Now podcast stuff, you can get it at our new website right above my head here, realitynowpodcast.com. So go check it out. We've got a lot of exciting stuff on the way. Okay. So let's talk about the cast just a little bit before we wrap up our pre-coverage here for Survivor 49. Let us know in the chat who you're excited to watch play this season. But Tori, I'll go to you first. Who is catching your eye from the promo that you saw? Maybe something that you've seen reported. Maybe it is Rizzo or Savannah, and you want to talk about them a little bit more. Who is catching your eye so far?
Yeah, so, Rizzo and Savannah, I mean, everyone is obviously going to have their eye on them. So it's hard not to say them, especially since, there's a lot of names and people that we don't know super well yet. For some reason, I was also I don't know why, but I guess I kind of do know why, actually. So I think that there's a part of me that these days roots for a 30-something woman, and maybe it's just because that's my archetype. But there's a girl named Sage that kind of jumped out at me. She's 30-something, and again, I don't really have a reason other than the one. So I guess I will say her. And then I also tend to root for the people that are kind of the oldest ones in the tribe. And there's a guy, I don't think his age is known yet, but it had question mark when I looked up his age, and I also can't remember his name right now. But I'm also rooting for that.
It says he's in his 40s. You got Nate, who's 46. Any of this rings a bell?
Okay, it's a guy with a beard.
Yeah, so it's Matt.
I'll look back at it, but
they both have beards. Oh, no.
Okay, Matt. Yeah.
Juan has one.
Oh, no, okay. Well, I think it was Matt, though. I think it was Matt. But either way, like somebody that's like maybe in their 40s, like that's not even old, but like older than like some of the other cast members that are like in their early 20s or something. Not that I don't like early 20 somethings or that I can't root for them or something like that. Bruce, that's why I got you. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything against anybody that's younger. I just tend these days to root for like 30 something or maybe like people that are the oldest on the cast. So that's what I'll say for now.
So we got a couple options. So Sage and Matt,
Yeah,
a few people you've got your eyes on. So maybe she'll come around when we name our winner picks. Maybe one of them are going to end up being your winner picks. Bruce, who do you have your eye on going into the season?
Well, excuse me. There are a couple of them. I'm looking at my big television behind my screen here to see. I got a little bit of a toss up here. Annie, she's 50 years old. She's more than likely, I don't know if she's a mom or whatever. I have no information about her. She's no background. She's a singer, so that means she's outgoing. I hope she's outgoing. Can entertain everyone somehow, some way. On those nights when you're just bored, or if it's raining outside and you're getting cold, and maybe a little bit of singing reminds you of home and kind of take your mind off the things that you're doing. So there's her. So she's 50, mind you. In my looking at all this, I see 27-year-olds and even a 31-year-old, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't want that. If I was to go with a guy, I would say Nate. I think Nate would he'd probably do well. He's a film producer, so in my thought of him being a film producer, he probably knows how to talk to people, because you have to be able to wrangle people. You got to be able to keep people together and work with different personalities, this, that, and the other. So I can see him potentially doing well also. These aren't winner picks, but these are people just catching my eye. And there is one person that caught my eye, and Rizzo. And it wasn't even though he caught my eye. Just watching the promo, and I'm just like, yo, that energy is good. I like the energy. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Very good energy. But, and I said this to you, Randy, they gave him that promo, a Jam Jam promo. They're not going to give a winner a Jam Jam promo again. So that's why I'm not thinking he's going to win at all. I don't even think he's going to make it out of the merge. I'm sorry, to the merge. I don't. Because
you think he's going to be a Say type character
he's going to be a Say type character, like
makes a name for himself before the merge. Yeah,
in your face, kind of blah 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 blah, and people are just going to be like, "Yo, he doesn't." It's just a thought. Like you can't tell him one thing. He's going to tell somebody else the same thing. That's what I'm thinking. And if that's the case, hey, Riz, I'm going to call you Riz, not Captain Riz God. I'm going to call you Riz. Riz, it's just going to come down to when I get to know you, when I get to see what you got, that's when I'll change my opinion, maybe. But as of right now, that's where I stand.
I've got a hot take. I told Bruce this before you joined on, before this stream, Tori, and before we actually went live, obviously. But my hot take is I think either Rizzo or Savannah are going to win this season. And this is why I think that. Going into 50, and I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, is this a season 49, discussion, or is this a season 50 discussion? Let me walk you through this. There are two winners going on to Survivor 50. You have Dee and you have Kyle. There are 3 tribes. It makes sense to me if I'm a casting producer and I'm casting season 50 and I'm already casting 2 winners, it makes sense that I would want one more winner, so you have 1 winner per tribe. That just makes logical sense to me. So my gut feeling is Bruce could be right. Rizzo could be that person pre-merge, just over the top, gets a lot of camera time, ends up making a name for himself. They bring him back immediately because he's TV gold. And then maybe Savannah is the underrated woman who goes through the game and ends up winning, and she comes back to be that 3rd winner, to be the winner on whatever tribe she gets put on in 50. Now, I know the tribes were leaked, so I don't know. I haven't seen if Dee and Kyle are on the same tribe, and that instantly shuts down my, prediction here or my theory. But I think that would make sense. And I've been pitching that as like, I don't want to ruin season 49 for anyone. And obviously I have no idea who wins. This isn't a spoiler, but I could see one of those 2 winning. And then the other person that did catch my eye just from that short preview and I think he's going to be the person to cause chaos this season, is Jeremiah, which is the one who says, my parents, when I told them I applied for Survivor, they laughed in my face. Well, guess who's on Survivor? And then he gives this evil-like laugh during the confessional. So I don't know. I feel like that could be our little chaos person this season. Someone like a Banu who was chaotic. Someone like a Rome who was chaotic. Definitely someone like Say who caused a little tension. I think that could be Jeremiah heading into the season. So those are the people that I kind of have my eye on. And then obviously, other than that, we don't know anything else going into the season. The promo barely shows you anything other than there does look to be a challenge where they're running through the jungle, which is always exciting. We want to get back to those types of challenges. But before we do our closing statements here, Tori, I'll go to you first. What's one last thing you want to say about Survivor 49, whether that's, going in with an open mindset or whether that's you're just ready for 50 as well? Like, what's the last thing you want to say before we begin our coverage here in a month or so for Survivor 49?
I guess what I'll share is more of like a goal for myself, which is that I don't want to focus a lot on 50 while 49 is airing. Like, I'm hoping to really kind of like focus and enjoy 49 as its own Survivor season without like getting sort of like too hyped up about what's to come, because it's still going to be a long time before we see 50. So I just really want to enjoy the season, analyze it on the podcast, just like I always do. And I hope everybody else can kind of have that mindset too, just because of, well, first of all, if we're all fans of the show, like we should all enjoy every season without, like looking too far into the future. But then also like, just for what we were saying earlier, out of like almost like fairness to the players, like I want them to get their time to shine without being like overshadowed by what's going on with 50 and all the coverage with that. So I guess that's kind of my goal. And then lastly, I guess I'll just like reiterate what I said before, which is that I hope that we really see some good strategy and some actual good like advantages, because I think like that's a part of like what is sort of starting to happen in this new era where we're just kind of like, I feel like the advantages are just kind of like falling flat because of the fact that they don't require, as I said earlier, like a lot of thought or a lot of strategy. And I think we really sort of need that. So whether it's less advantages or more strategic advantages, just ones that are more meaningful, something like that, I'm hoping for that as well.
No, well said. Bruce, do you have anything to add on to that? Because she just cooked with that statement. That was like, yes, if you're a fan of the show, watch Survivor 49. Go in with an open mindset. Don't even worry about 50. Just be happy that, we've had a couple months now without Survivor on our screen. Just be happy that it's back. Zan says, yeah, Tori has a vision. Yeah, be happy that it's back on. Don't worry about 50 and just watch and enjoy the season that we have at hand and go in with an open mind. And if you watch it like that, it could end up being a really good season rather than this forgotten one before a massive season.
So here's my take. A little perturbed about something. Looking at the cast and where they're all from, there is only one person from New England. One. There are two people from Canada. Two people from Canada. One person from New England. So this is going to Shannon Fairweather. I'm going to root for you 110%. You're going to have a watch party. If I'm invited, I don't care if I'm invited or not. If I find out, I'm showing up because I'm going to show my love. There's no way in hell that they only have one person from New England and they got two from Washington. Come on, what? Anyway.
They got one from Oklahoma, too.
Oklahoma? Oh, yeah. Was that Christina? Yeah, from Oklahoma. Fine. I'll take it. It's all right. It's all right. But my biggest thing is this, and I will say it every single time. I cannot wait to find out more about these people. I cannot wait to see how they play. I cannot wait for the season to show up, because what's going to happen is that I don't give two beeps about 50 right now. I really don't. And no one's going to give me a spoiler because I don't get more than him. I don't get spoilers because if anybody starts saying anything about it, I'm like, nope, leave me alone. Don't want to hear it. So I will go into it with a fresh mind because I just want to focus on 49. And then once 49 is done, and all the stuff starts happening and the churning starts coming up for 50, fine. I'll get hyped about 50. I'm not hyped about 50 at all. I don't care. I really just want 49 to show up on my television. So then I know that it's the fall, almost the fall. The leaves will be turning. It'd be hoodie and short season. I don't mind.
I'm ready. I'm
good with that. But I'm going to talk to Caitlin real quick. I'm going to send her a message. Be like, "Oh, what's up? You got to get more people from New England up there. This is killing me now." But yeah, that's all I got. Like, I'm very excited about it. Looking at this cast, you know, they're just fresh faces ready to play this game that we all know and love.
Absolutely love that. We are a month and 20 days out, and like less than an hour at this point. It's 7:43. So 1 month, 20 days, and 17 minutes away from the premiere of Survivor 49. Thank you for Tegwith for posting that. Zan says Bruce is hashtag Team 49. And then Chris in the chat, yeah, hopefully 49 ends up being awesome. You guys don't have to wait for 49 to get some more incredible Survivor Now podcast coverage this off season. I want to shout out a couple things we have going on. Survivor Now Pride in the Tribe. This series took place back in June for Pride Month. Ollie was joined by some incredible guests. Season 1 is streaming now. Check that out on our YouTube page. And then obviously we talked about it earlier. Give us a quick rundown, Tori. Babes and Buffs is still actively going on. 5 episodes where you're joined by 5 incredible guests. And the 3rd episode's coming out this Wednesday. So what is Babes and Buffs and why should people tune in?
Y'all, it is actually so much fun. I really hope that you all check it out because we are talking to some, as Randy said, amazing guests. It's Ollie and I. We are co-hosting this whole series where we talk about iconic women from different eras of Survivor. And then our goal is to each come up with a dream tribe of all women. And so we're going to kind of like see who everybody comes up with at the end. So we're each going to have 10 people. So I will have 10 women. Ollie will have 10 women. And then there will be 10 women like from all of our guests. So each choosing 2. There's 5 guests total. So they will also have a team of 10 collectively. And it's just been really fun. I mean, it's been so much fun to go through the different seasons and to celebrate all the different women who kind of crushed it on their seasons. So definitely check us out. We have a lot of fun.
And those air Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube page and on our website. You can also go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts and check that out a little bit later on. And then also, we have some incredible international coverage coming up. Survivor Australia versus the World comes out August 17th. We will have a podcast the night of Sunday, August 17th, where we will recap the premiere episode. And then from what we're hearing, there's 2 episodes a week for 5 weeks. So we will have 1 recap episode each week. Bruce, you're going to be part of that coverage. What are you looking forward to for Survivor Australia versus the World?
I'm just looking for Australia to beat the hell out, the world.
I'm expecting it.
It's funny. Like, I wanted to see Australia have some fun because, like, I remember when I was out there and I was, in Fiji and there were Australians that were on the cast and I just hear them talking. I'm like, yo, I love your accent. Like, I can deal with the Massachusetts accent. I can deal with the California accent. Whatever it is, what it is. But Australia, give it to me. So. I want to see them do that thing because I wouldn't mind being on Survivor Australia. Like they got a little mix up going on out there with their with the host. That is what it is. But that'd be fun.
Get Bruce out there. I'm all for that. Also, Josh has been doing some incredible content. Josh, Ollie, Phil, on our Patreon as well. I was gonna say, Tori, aren't you doing it too?
Yeah,
Ollie's
I'm on there too.
Ollie's going to be screaming at me in the chat and be like, Randy, you should know that. I was thinking, I'm like, I didn't want to say it. And then you say, I'm not part of it. Yeah, I thought you were too. But they are recapping some classic seasons, specifically seasons that have people who are on 50. So we've looked at so far All-Stars. We've looked at Palau. Panama is going to be coming up next. That will be released later on this week for our Patreon members. You got to be part of our legend tier, which is the $5 a month. But before you get all hasty and you're like, whoa, why are you charging us the highest price? We're doing that because legend tier also has a 1-week free trial. So if you aren't a member of our Patreon, go ahead and get that 1-week free trial. Try it out. Check out all the episodes of our revisits on Patreon, or you could sign up for our faithful tier. $3 a month. And also, I can't forget about this. If you join our Patreon, you will get your name on the bottom of the screen if you are part of our legend tier. So those names will pop up here in a minute. So definitely check that out as well. Let's see. Chris just said Randy, probably the disappointment. Yeah, Tori's going to be mad afterwards. And Tori, I didn't forget about you. I just wanted to make sure you were on.
I'm chill. I just wanted everyone to know that they can also enjoy me, on the Patreon, because everyone wants to enjoy me.
I've got so much going on with like managing. Not making an excuse. That's me. I dropped the ball. All right. Before we head out here, I want to know if you guys have any fun plans for the premiere episode, where you might be going. Tori, I know you're planning on going somewhere, so I'll just say mine first here. There is a event. I'm not going for certain yet. I get paid this Friday, and then we're going to look at tickets and stuff. But there's a spicy event happening in Wichita, Kansas, out of all places. Like, I got to pull the list up to see who all was going again. But I know Rome's going to be there. I believe it said Jam is going to be there. Yeah, here, I got it right here. Rupert, who I've always wanted to meet because he lives in Indy, where I'm from. Venus, Abby Maria, Teeny, David from 48, Davey from 37, Lauren from 44, and Jesse from 43. It came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to go to, that's my plan, is I'm going to try to go to Wichita, Kansas for this Survivor event. So I've never been to Wichita, so it sounded fun. Tori, what about you? Got anything? Do you want to share yet, or you want to hold off?
Yeah, for the premiere, I don't know if I'm doing anything. I don't know if I'm going to go to Wichita, but it does sound really fun. And Abby Maria is one of our Babes and Buffs guests. So I love her, and I would love to meet her in person. So that does sound very interesting and fun. However, I am going to go to a couple of the Chicago events because, I'm a Midwestern girly, and you're not too far away, Randy. So you're always welcome to come to Chicago.
I'll be up there.
I'll share a couple of the specific ones I'm going to, like, when it gets closer, but I think those are not until, like, October. And Bruce, you're always welcome in Chicago, too. And anybody else, if you are listening and you're ever in at a Chicago Survivor event, come on up.
I love that. Bruce, anything to share? You doing anything or planning anything for the premiere?
I'll be completely honest with you. This is too far out.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I usually make, I find out what's going on, and it's usually like 2 weeks before, and I'll make a decision as to where I'm going to go. But I will tell you one thing that I am doing. I'm having a ton of fun with my castmates. I'm going to get together with Drew, Austin, Mama Jay. Going to get together with Jake. He's going to be there as well, and Sifu. And we're going to go to Tennessee together. We're going to have a good time. So we're going to hang out down there. Maybe we'll post something and if people want to show up and just chill with us for a little bit. But we're going to go out. We're going to have a good time and just chill because we haven't seen each other all collectively like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
All this to say that Survivor is right around the corner, everyone. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with all your friends. It helps us get our name out there. Share this, share the link, send them a DM with the link, whatever you guys got to do. Check us out on, if you want to listen to our podcast, check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can also check us out on Amazon. I will say that we're no longer Survivor Now there. It is all under the Reality Now brand. So you got to check out Reality Now on all the listening platforms. And also subscribe to our other YouTube channel, which is coming up in January of 2026, Reality Now Podcast. You can find the link on our main channel page here on Survivor Now. But thank you guys for tuning in. Bruce, Tori, thanks for helping me out here. A month and a half away. It's crazy. Season 49 right around the corner, and we will be back soon for the official Survivor 49 fantasy draft. So make sure to turn on those notifications and keep your eyes peeled. We'll see you next time, guys.